The story begins in a Siberian camp where hundreds of German people were kept as prisoners. Although there were no guards for security, but still no one dared to run away from here. Actually, even if someone ran away, he would not be able to stay alive for more than a few days in the Arctic Circle's freezing cold. But there was a soldier who somehow wanted to get rid of it and go back to his wife and daughter. His name was Clemens Farrell, and one day he got a chance to run away. At night, he quietly got into a coal car, and when the car started, he was very happy to see the sky full of stars. But suddenly the car stopped in the middle, and Clemens quietly came out and saw. But then a Soviet soldier saw him, and he was caught and imprisoned in a sewer. On top of that, heavy rain started. But despite this, Clemens was there without eating or drinking for 3 days. After that, the jail warden released him and said that your companions are waiting for you. Finally, when Clemens reached the tunnel, he saw that his companions were very angry and they were waiting for him with weapons in their hands. Actually, because of Clemens's escape, all of them were kept hungry for 3 days. Then suddenly they attacked Clemens and beat him like a dog. He was taken to a doctor in the camp because he was badly injured. That doctor was also imprisoned here, and he was very impressed to see Clemens's courage to run away. Then Clemens asked for help from the doctor and said that he wants to run away from here again. The doctor explained to him that it is impossible to escape from the Arctic Circle. Whoever tried to escape so far, they were all killed. But the doctor told him a secret that those who do not run away from here will also be killed in the end. Actually, all the prisoners there dig in the mines of lead every day, and lead is slowly entering their bodies through the air. Because of which, sooner or later, all of them will die. That's why the doctor advised him to run away and test his luck. Then the doctor took out all his warm clothes and shoes and told Clemens that food was hidden in places on the railway lines. On top of that, he also gave Clemens a gun. Actually, the doctor had made all these preparations to run away himself, but a month ago he found out that he had cancer. And even if he runs away, he won't live more than a month. Anyway, the doctor gave his lunchbox to Clemens and said that if you succeed, let my family know about my death. After that, Clemens ran away again at night. The next morning, the warden got the news that Clemens had run away, so he came to inquire with the doctor. But by then the doctor had sacrificed his life. On the other hand, Clemens was moving forward with full enthusiasm, facing snow and strong winds. Here the warden found many soldiers to find Clemens, but even after searching for many days, he did not find any clue about Clemens. Everyone thought that he must have frozen to death in the snow, but the warden was sure that he was alive. That's why he ordered to continue the search. After running for 9 days, Clemens suddenly saw a sledge running behind him. Clemens also started running immediately, but soon sledge reached him and Clemens ran away. Suddenly Clemens opened his eyes and saw that he was fine. Actually, this whole incident was a delusion of his mind. There was white snow all around him, and the food was also over. His heart started sinking, and he asked God to do a miracle. But there was nothing but snow in the Arctic Circle. Now he had no choice, so he kept moving forward for a few days. Finally, his body responded, and he fainted due to hunger. After a while, his eyes opened, and he heard a strange voice. Then he saw a seal, and his eyes sparkled. He immediately took out his gun and fired bullets at the seal with trembling hands. But unfortunately, he did not hit a single target. When the seal started running, Clemens ran after him, and suddenly he got into the snowy water. Anyway, he fired a bullet without thinking much and finally managed to kill the seal. After eating, he tied a bandage on his feet so that he could get some relief from the cold. After some rest, Clemens set out on his journey again. In his loneliness and such a long journey, his mental balance could easily deteriorate. That's why he kept talking to himself. Also, after walking a little, he looked at his direction with a compass so that he would not get lost here. Similarly, after walking for many days, he saw a tree in the middle of the snow. Seeing him, Clemens went crazy with joy and ran and hugged the tree. Actually, this tree meant that after walking for 2 months, he finally came out of the Arctic Circle. On the other hand, the warden of the jail still did not give up and ordered to search the area of 500 kilometers. On the other hand, Clemens had reached the jungle, but suddenly there was a snowstorm there. This storm was so terrible that even the big trees had fallen. As soon as Clemens got up, a big tree suddenly fell on him. Fortunately, 2 men named Sam, John, and Matten, who had come there in search of gold, saved Clemens. And then the 3 of them started moving forward together. Gradually, The weather started getting better, and the three of them decided to make a boat and cross the river. The three told each other the stories of their lives, but in a short while, the flow of the river became very fast, due to which Clemens and Matten could not handle the boat. Suddenly, Sam John's balance was disturbed and he fell into the river. Sam John was about to drown, but Clemens, not caring for his life, immediately drowned him in the river. After a lot of trouble, he brought Sam John to the shore. On the other hand, Matten left him in the middle and moved forward alone. When he reached his hut, he thought that Sam John must have died in the river. That's why he stole Sam John's gold and other precious things. But then in a few moments, Sam John and Clemens also reached there. Sam John was very angry with Matten's betrayal, so he fired a bullet and killed Matten. After this, Sam John and Clemens packed their luggage and set out on a journey again. Anyway, the cold weather started soon, and it was even more difficult to move forward. Then Clemens took Sam John's bag and tried to reduce its weight. But Sam John thought that Clemens wanted to steal his gold. That's why he attacked Clemens with his bag. That's why Clemens fainted, and when his eyes opened, he saw a flock of wolves running towards him. Clemens immediately started climbing a tree, but the hungry wolves were pulling him down from his pants. After a lot of effort, that small tree fell down, and now Clemens's death was in front of him. Then suddenly there was a loud sound of bullets, in which all the wolves were killed. Actually, the people of this area had saved Clemens's life. They picked up Clemens and took him to their village where many people treated him. With their help, Clemens's body soon recovered. And after a long time, he was very happy to meet people. He became friends with many people, but soon the notice sent by the jail warden also reached there, according to which, whoever protects Clemens will die. That's why the helpless Clemens had to leave there. Before leaving, the people gave him a lot of food and a hunting dog as a gift. Now in this journey back home, he also had a companion, so Clemens didn't feel alone. In the same way, they both kept moving forward for about a year. One day they reached a wooden mill where Clemens's dog ran in search of food, but some workers drove him away. When Clemens came forward, the workers recognized him, and then the owner of the mill fed him. After that, they put Clemens on the train to Germany. Now he was about to reach home soon, so Clemens had a big smile on his face. But he didn't know that the owner of the mill had given his news to the police, and the jail warden was waiting for him at the train station with his soldiers. Fortunately, Clemens had already seen the soldiers at the station, so he ran away. But then in a few moments, the jail warden caught him red-handed. Now all Clemens's hopes were gone. But suddenly Clemens's hunting dog attacked the warden and bit him badly. Thanks to his loyal dog, Clemens got another chance to escape. But then he heard the sound of bullets and he understood that the warden had killed his dog. But Clemens couldn't even mourn his death and kept running. On seeing the opportunity, he climbed a bridge and jumped on the train passing from below. Today, he was saved again. After that, he kept moving forward on his way. Similarly, a lot of time passed and the year 1952 came, when Clemens had neither a penny nor food. He was roaming in a fair where he saw delicious food, but the shopkeeper chased him away. While walking, he came to the pancake stall where two girls welcomed him, but he didn't have money, so he was disappointed and moved on. But one kind-hearted girl felt pity for him, and he broke a piece of pancake and gave it to Clemens. At first, Clemens hesitated, but then he took the pancake and ate it. Anyway, then a Jewish man saw everything. Here Clemens walked to a church and he joined his hands and prayed to God. That Jewish man also followed him here, but he didn't hand over Clemens to the police. Actually, he was also a war prisoner a while ago. That's why he could understand Clemens' condition. He brought Clemens to his house, where Clemens came back to his old form. The Jewish man gave him a passport and some papers, which filled Clemens' heart. Finally, with the passport, Clemens crossed the Soviet border. And then after a little interrogation, he was allowed to go. Clemens was so happy that he deliberately had to stop his laughter. Finally, he was free now. But as soon as he reached the center of Sevastopol, he saw a sparkling light on his face. And then the jail warden came in front of him. Seeing him, Clemens fainted and he turned around and saw that he was still on Soviet soil, which meant that the warden could still arrest him. Now Clemens' heart sank because after all his years of hard work, now the desire to be free was in the soil. But suddenly he saw that the warden had moved away from his path. Clemens didn't believe his eyes, but he slowly moved forward. Actually, Clemens' desire to live and the passion to travel for 7 years and reach here won the warden's heart. That's why the warden let Clemens go. But as a soldier, he won because if he wanted, he could have arrested Clemens and ended his game. Finally, Clemens crossed the border and reached his home, where his wife and daughter were leaving for church. Clemens also followed them, and his daughter recognized him in the church. And then she ran and hugged her father. And with that, our movie ended. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.